Howdy, I hope everyone is doing well. I want to start off by apologizing for my Alex Jones voice. I have been battling the super flu, and I'm sure that's what it is. And I haven't been sick because I don't normally get sick from other people. I've never been prone to it. It's been a long time since I've gotten sick from somebody else, so this is few and far between, but it's great because my immune system gets to build up its immunity, get a little workout, and there is nothing wrong with that. So, anyway, before I get into the context of this video, I'm going to preface it with a post that I had made the other day on the community page of the YouTubes. I'm not a YouTuber, folks. I know I've done this for like 12 years. I'm not a YouTuber. I'll never be a YouTuber. I don't want to be a YouTuber. No, thank you. I shall live set apart. Thank you. I made a post though to try to hopefully explain a little bit to y'all, a little bit more of my mindset and the reasonings. So let me start out with that, and then we'll get into the meat and the taters of this, okay? So I made a post 2 days ago, and it said I just wanted to make a general post to make something clear. Firstly, I am the worst communicator you'll ever meet. I have zero time for nonsense, and the ways I nip it in the bud are sharp and precise. I cannot apologize for spending 53 years learning as much as I can and learning to repair as much as I can to have a bunch of half-wits claim I'm the clueless one. Folks, literally, from the time that I was a kid, I had a voice that kept telling me to keep learning, keep learning, keep learning. I had a voice that pushed me to learn as much as I could about how things worked and how to repair things. And when I wanted to give up, many times as a young man when I wanted to give up, that voice was firm every time. I have plans for you. I have spent my life listening to that voice for the most part. I've done a lot of idiotic stuff where I didn't listen to the voice. But for the most part, I've listened to it. I go on to say, look, we all have something we are good at. All of us, even old Pinball. And I mean that. He's got skills. I guarantee he's got skills. You know, I've ragged on Prepper Dog recently. I guarantee you Prepper Dog's got skills. Not so sure prepping's one of them. I don't know what his skills are, but he's got something. Guaranteed. We all do. Everybody does. But I went on to say I did a gardening series. Go listen to me in the videos. I start out saying I have no idea what I'm doing, but we are going to try it anyway. There was no, you need to do this and this because I didn't know, and I refused to bullshit people. That's a fact. I am responsible for everyone I mislead, according to God. That's according to God. So anybody that's got a problem with me calling them out for that, hey, you know, that falls on you. Take that up with heaven, not I. I clearly do not take that as lightly as most people. The reason I started posting repair videos was to show you I was not some idiot talking smack on the internet. I only came to YouTube to help people. Not to profit, not to become a superstar, none of that. Again, go listen to my content. Money has never been a motive, and neither is pride or ego. Not ever. I believe in leading by example. I have been trying to help my local town get engaged politically and fix a very serious issue it has right here at home. Because while the majority think top-down is how to fix things, those of us who actually fix things know you have to start from the bottom and go up. I am just here to help. For fuck's sake, can we just try to help people? Can we stay in our lane so as not to misguide them? It's not that big of an ask. The train is coming. I would suggest you put some research into pole shift. You may not believe it's for real yet, even though I feel you have to be blind and dumb at this point. But believe me, when the user manual for people says that every knee shall bow, it means it. Read The Earth Exhaled by Joe Niemeyer. I'm not telling you to do that because he is a friend or because he named me in the acknowledgments, and I'm not. I am telling you that because he wrote a book that is pretty spot on. It will give you a glimpse. I am in my lane, folks. That's all. I don't know everything, but I know what I know, and I'm not backing down from it because someone else's ego. Hopefully, I have helped some of you, and I hope to help others if I'm allowed to, if that's okay with the Prepper Consortium. Shalom. So that was the post that I had made 2 days ago. Wisdom is a very, very, very important attribute. And wisdom is only gained by experience. There's no other way you're going to get it. It's not. I understand the reasoning behind why a lot of people run to YouTube and they're doing the prepper channels, they're doing the news. They're trying to stay relevant. They're trying to have something to have content every day because they're trying to get paid. That is what it is. But you have to understand it's a business for them, and you need to think of it that way. The individuals like myself, and probably countless other little guys on YouTube you've never heard of, are out there with a pure heart, really trying to do the right thing, and probably in many cases much better than the bigger channels, the big channels. Look, right now, what's happening in Iran? Okay, I'm going to prove to you how preppers get it wrong. First of all, remember that MIT professor that recently got offed? Yeah. I suspect that had something to do with his discussions on pole shift. I know. Everybody else wants to say it's involvement in other things. And I get it. I get it that he was involved in the fusion and all that. But that ain't it. That ain't it. That ain't the reason. It was about pole shift. That's why they took him out. Plain and simple. Now, if you did not have the experience of what's all going on in that realm, then you wouldn't have the wisdom to have known to be looking for that. Right? And it would probably make much more sense that it would have been about his fusion activity. But it wasn't. And the only way that you would have known that was to, one, dig deep enough that you knew that he also talked about pole shift, and number two, actually know what's really going on with pole shift. There are more channels talking about it. That is great. And you will continue to see more channels talk about it. But the other thing that prepper channels aren't keen on picking up on is propaganda. And again, experience and wisdom. And then that will give you discernment. You don't just walk into discernment. You know, you have to earn that stuff. See, that's just it. These folks are wanting to take shortcuts. No. There aren't any shortcuts to anything worthwhile. And if you want to understand what's going on in the world, you've better had a finger on your pulse for a long time, and you better have been doing so with your mouth shut and your ears open, so you actually knew what you were talking about later down the road when you did open your mouth. And I'm not saying that to come down on it. I'm saying I'm being real with you. That's who I am. I am real. From day one, go back and watch my very first episode. I said I would not candy coat anything. My filter, ladies and gentlemen, is gone. I don't have a filter. I don't have the ability to candy coat things for you or put on a pair of rose-colored glasses. I don't have that ability. But right now, and this is the example I'm going to give, the MIT professor's one. I've got another one that's happening right now. Right now there's an uprising happening in Iran. And you've got prepper channels starting to talk about it. And when they talk about it, it's plain as day that they think that this is a legitimate, organic protest. Really? You mean Trump said big things are about to happen in reference to Iran, and then pretty much just on script, protests start happening? Are you that dense? The United States is doing what they do best. They're destabilizing once again. Now, I will tell you this. Preppers want to call everything under the sun a false flag. I firmly believe you're about to see a true false flag, and I think it's going to involve Iran. And it might be its own people. There's a good chance it'll be its own people. There's a good chance one of these protests is going to turn very, very, very ugly. And I will guarantee you, if that happens, that's not Iran. That is the false flag that you've been looking for. Now, before anybody discounts what I just said, I want you to repeat after me. U.S.S. Liberty. If you don't think they'll do it, you're too late. It's important to not fall for the propaganda. That is hugely important. I just want to help. That's all. I am a bad communicator. I am an asshole. I am a lot of things that shouldn't be behind a camera talking to peoples. But there's not a lot of people out there being real and being real honest. And it does take a little more than that. It takes that time invested. I've had my finger on the pulse of news just with this channel now, 12 years. Just with this channel. I started paying very close attention to government, just as much as I do now and have been since here with the Watchman News. I've been doing that since 9/11. I have been watching. I have an incredible memory and an unbelievable ability for pattern recognition and comprehension. Like insane levels. You combine all of that, and if someone chooses, they will find wisdom. I just want to help. I come with experience. I come with knowledge. I come with authenticity. I come with truth. And I do it all of it, every bit of it, for one thing and one thing alone. Hey, me. And to be honest, it's really not you. It's the Father. If I have helped you, know that help was through the Father. I just want you folks to be prepared. I want you to know the truth. And I don't want you to waste a bunch of time and money on a bunch of nonsense that a bunch of yahoos that don't really know what they're talking about try to sell you. Anyway, keep your eyes open, folks. It's looking like it could get pretty rocky pretty quick. Hope not. I mean, the more time that we have to be getting ready, the better. But, other than that, avoid that super flu nonsense. And hope you guys have a great, great evening. And see you around again sometime, I am sure. Have a good one. Shalom.